Hello. Good evening, everyone. Today is the 25th of February. I'll be going over my recap for today. So today I'm up a total of $251. Overtraded a bit. I was less than 50% accuracy, but still up because I've been taking my stops. So you can see my stops is roughly manageable at a low rate, kind of around my risk level. And then my wins are a lot bigger. So it's good to learn risk management and to take your stop and respect them. Okay, so let's get started. I can start with my first trade, EXPR, Express. So Express had a traded this twice. So there was one trade here for this trendline break, as well as a cup and handle. So you can see a little cup for me and then a handle. Shorted there. So I actually started short here first because I thought there was a higher cup and handle here for me. So I actually entered there, and then it was holding, and then since it was a little bit extended, it probably bounced to the 9 EMA first. So it kind of curl on that 9 EMA for the bigger cup and handle here. Reshorted that 343 break here, and then pretty much flushed through the lows on the first candle. So I was kind of confident and kind of held it to the low 30s, high 20s here. And then pretty much when I saw this kind of cup and handle for me here, it popped above this high of this cup, and I stopped out of there. And then I tried to kind of rebuy on the pop towards the 5-minute 9 EMA. I tried to take some covers, but it wasn't getting filled. And then when it was starting to trail back towards the 9 EMA, that's where I stopped out here. Pretty much break even on those ads. So I was expecting, a retest of it, and then maybe a high low, maybe another break, and then next leg down. But it ended up holding up and retesting the 15-minute EMA, 30 minutes, then towards like the VWAP 9 EMA area. And then I had another trade later, and it was for the same trend line break. You can see this is trend line here. Little cup spot, you got a cup handle short of that break, pretty much the same pattern as over here, and flushed, took some profits along the way here, and I think that was the rest of it. So that was 2 trades, 2 winners, for a total of $310 on Express. Next trade, FTI. So FTI had a I think it was a 15-minute reversal. So this trend here, I was testing it. Actually had a fail flag here. So after that fail flag, I was waiting for this cup and handle to form. I started shorting a little early, or actually, I started short roughly here when I saw this kind of break these highs, but it was like a wick. That's where I thought, okay, maybe this is where it's going to break this cup line. So I started to add my position, and then added a little more for that break. Then I started covering down here, and it started to trend a little bit lower after hours. So that was FTI for a total of $111. Next trade is GME. So GME was an after hour trade. So so GME was an after hour trade. It had a few spots intraday for a potential trade, but I don't really like to trade GME since it's a bit spready and crowded. But I did try to trade this after hour. I was trying for the 5-minute reversal, so the red line's 5 minutes. It'll cup here, and I was thinking a break of this would retest, the hourly or 50-minute. And then I had this trend line drawn, and again, here's the 5-minute reversal. I was thinking it's the trend line break here, so I went ahead and went long there, and then sold into the pops towards the 15-minute EMA, which was around here. That was the target. Then I tried another time here. You can see another flag, and this time it's the 15-minute reversal. So this is the 15-minute now. This was the 5-minute reversal. Now it's the 15-minute. I bought here and then sold. And then there was like a flag forming here. I tried to re-add on this flag. It didn't go too far, so I just sold the rest there. And then it fade back down after hours there. That was GME for a total of $102. Next trade is Workhorse WKHS. So WKHS, trade this both intraday and after hours. I think intraday it had a flag line here, but it didn't go too far. But I took a decent profit here. So about the 1565 breakish, and sold my last or the highest was a 1593. I was hoping it'll give it a bounce and go higher, but it ended up creating like it pulled back really harshly, and then when it had a cup and handle here, so it was like this and a cup and handle, so I took off when it broke that cup and handle. So it's good to know both sides of the trade, where shorts may likely be entering the trade, and you don't want to get in the same side as them. So that was intraday, and then after hours I think I had another scalp for this 5-minute flag. I thought there was a flag here forming, so I went ahead and buy, and then actually this was a short, so this trade was a short, so I went ahead and short there and then stopped out. So this was get back some profits there. It was like an $80 loss. And then I saw a flag forming here. It was the 5-minute flag. Bought here, sold. Sold here, and then I stopped the rest when they broke the 9 EMA. And then I had a few scalps here and there after hours, kind of just like a break even scalps, scalp trade, a few here, a cup and handle buy, bought and then sold, and then another like one here, buy and then sold. So it didn't go too far. I was hoping it can hold the hourly chart set up here, and then maybe it squeeze to back to highs, but it ended up failing and fading back down. So that's WKHS for a $70 win overall there. Next trade is AMC. So AMC, I think it was just a small loss today after hours. So I thought there was a cup and handle for me here, took the trade, and then it didn't move as much, kind of chopped me around, and I just took it off for a small loss overall, $19. And then CDXS, CDXC. So CDXC, this was a tough ticker to trade. I think because it was high institutional owned, so a lot of maybe big players were trading this, or like algos. But I tried a couple of times shorting here. So this was the 5-minute trend, and I thought there was room all the way to the 15-minute EMA as a correction. So it formed somewhat of a cup and handle here, and then I tried shorting there, and then it kind of wick. So when it was holding the VWAP, so this blue line was VWAP, it pretty much held that VWAP and continued higher, broke, and then I ended up stopping out when it broke these highs. That was my final stop there. So that was like a $50-$60 loss or so, and then yeah, I kept trending higher, so it was a pretty difficult stock to short, especially those high institutional percentage. And then it had a there's a few cup and handles here that it didn't work too well, so I probably need to kind of look, do a little bit more research and try to avoid these. But yeah, I tried to short here because it was still extended, and pretty much I was getting chopped around. I stopped out, and then this kind of fell, so I tried attempt to broke the prior highs. It broke it by a bit, and it was like really wicky, so that's where I went in again. So it was like this, this cup handle. That's where I went in again and cover. So I made up some of my losses there, but that was for a total of $34 loss overall. NDRA. NDRA was a morning trade. It was a little bit low volume, so you can see it's very low volume there. It had a flag here that I thought was forming. So you can see it tested the 15-minute in the morning, held, and then kind of held like this support level, and then it was bouncing right on VWAP, and then you can see this little wick here. That's where I bought, and then it pretty much had like zero volume. You can see there's no volume there on that break. So I immediately like, okay, I'll probably give it a try, and then stopping from prior low, so stopping at this prior low, and it pretty much kind of like hit it, and then I just end up taking it off. This was for like a $60 loss. So yeah, the flag didn't work out too well there. No volume picked up. My other losses, BKD. So BKD, I think, yeah, this one, I think it was also high institutional ownership. It was trailing this 15-minute chart. Had this lower high forming, and then more of like a cup and handle slash descending triangle. So what happened was I tried to take this break, I ended up, washing a little bit there, and then I was trying to give it room for these highs. Maybe it'll retest and then fade back down. But it ended up holding a higher low here and breaking new highs. So I ended up taking it off there. And that was for a $73 loss. TS, I think same thing. So these aren't working too well for these higher institutional ownership. Felt like there wasn't a lot of runners recently, but I took that. I should have avoided it because the 50-minute trend is right here. It kind of tested it on this break, and then it kind of bounced back, and that was for a $74 loss. KOSS. This was a pre-market trade. I thought it had a pretty nice pattern. Here it was kind of flagging. I thought it was going to hold VWAP and then maybe break out just before market open. But it ended up kind of failing to hold VWAP and then breaking down lower, and then I think after open it just kind of sold out. Had this kind of tested this 9 EMA hourly, came back and then put a higher low right here. I probably would have bought this because it probably would have been the pre-market flag breakout. But that was a pre-market loss of $82. Pretty much start the day down 82. But end of the day up 251 for the day. So not bad considering my win rate. So my win rate was pretty much 4 wins out of 6, so 40% win rate, but still positive due to good risk management. So those are my trade for today. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in the comment below, and thanks for watching. All right, see ya tomorrow.